What's going on, everyone? ODC, it's me here, and I am outside for a reason. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the True Heroes AB-115, also known as the AC-130 in realistic terms. I picked this up over the weekend, and I'm pretty excited about having it. I actually have to shoot this outside because there's a lot of natural, beautiful light out today. It's the 4th of July, and I don't have enough room in my review space to actually review this, so I had to shoot this outside. But this plane has a bunch of different features. It can seat up to 14, maybe possibly, if you fit people right, even more inside this plane. It has some cool action features, which you actually see two buttons at the top right here. You can seat more than enough characters inside the cockpit there, but we'll get to all that in a second. All the propellers spin on this. There was some assembly required with this set. It also has some drop bombs there, two on the side, and then we have some cannons on each side of each wing. We have another very large cannon right here, and then we also have on the side of the plane, we have some 50 caliber machine guns on the side. There's also a feature where you can open this plane up top here. You see this little tab right here. You just kind of push that in, and then you want to use the handle to kind of lift it off, and the wings are attached to this portion here after you lift it off, and you can set it aside. And this is the really cool part. You get this little display piece right here, which is really cool. You did have to assemble the stickers as well, but it just kind of sits in there. I wish that they would have had some sort of system where it locked right in place, but unfortunately it doesn't, so it tends to rattle around. Also, another thing where you had to apply some stickers was this little table that you have to assemble as well. It has a little like strategy map on there for where you plan on hitting what buildings and who's in what building, and basically just some intel. It's like an intel map. So that's pretty cool. You can set your characters up holding these guns right here, standing. You can set up to 3 of them. You have 4 seats right here inside there, as well as, I think in the cockpit you could probably fit maybe 3 GI Joes in there. It also has a lever right here where you could pop this down, and you could have, you know, guys coming out parachuting, any way you want to do this, or if you want to have them parachuting out of the back. This plane also has a hatch on the back where you just kind of open it, this little tab right here. I don't know if you guys can see this because I know it's kind of casting a shadow, so let me just kind of sit down here. But there is a little tab right here. You just kind of twist it, and then the door opens up, and now you have your parachuting pad. You can just jump right off the back. You could probably fit a small vehicle in there. I don't know about larger vehicles. It does look like a larger opening, I guess, on camera than I would say in person. Like I said, small vehicles, probably like motorcycles. You're not going to fit a Humvee in this thing, so I guess it's a little bit undersized, but still, I think this is a fantastic size for any GI Joe collector. And this is a part of the True Heroes line, which is exclusive to Toys R Us. This is runs around retail around 50 bucks. I actually picked this up for $40 because I had around $40 because I had 20% off, so that was pretty cool. It just locks back in place when you pop the top back on. You want to put the back end in first, and then you want to push this tab open to push it down. Now, there are some lights and features on here. There's 2 different lights and features on this plane, which is pretty cool. And both guns do light up on each side. So it's kind of like a flyby with some communications going on with the plane as well. I did have to apply some stickers right here for the S1 on each side of the wings. I did have to apply this little danger tab right there. As far as these were already applied onto the AB-115 or AC-130, as well as the mouth stickers. So that's pretty cool. This plane does come with accessories, but we're gonna hop back inside and take a closer look at those in a minute. I just want to talk about this plane in general, and I mean, even if you spend the $50, I really think that you're getting your bang for the buck with this. This is definitely something for G.I. Joe collectors to really want to own. This is a very large vehicle, so I mean, if you're gonna have this inside your collection room, be prepared to either have a large shelf space, or I would suggest maybe stringing it up from the ceiling. That's probably your best bet. But this thing is massive. It is definitely something that Hasbro has not given us, and I'm just really happy to have it, and just definitely for the price point. I mean, I feel like if Hasbro were to release something like this, it would definitely be for like around the $70–80 range. There's also some red stickers right here going along the sides here where you did have to apply these, and actually I had to do a little bit of custom cutting with the stickers, because they don't some of these portions where they're sculpted onto the wings, like right here, you actually have to cut some of the stickers, but it's not the worst thing in the world. There's also a ton of extra stickers that I had left over, so if you want to apply them or save them for a G.I. Joe vehicle, you can also do that. I tend to usually go a little bit less with stickers on planes, because I mean, granted, I know there are some decals on the side of actual real military vehicles. I feel like they wouldn't have these big bright logos so close to each other so you can spot them so easily. So I try to keep it as less as possible. But this thing is awesome. I'm so happy to have it. This is definitely going to be a part of my G.I. Joe verse as I'm building it as we go along, kind of building it together. Man, I really got to pull that weed out. Look at that thing. Yeah, we're outside in my backyard, and it's pretty cool. It's a beautiful day out. It's 4th of July, and I figured I might as well do this review for you guys. This will be my big 4th of July review, and this thing is just so awesome. I mean, I'm just going to take this off again and just show you guys how much actual room you have for these guys, and how many cool little displays you can do with this plane. I just love it. Little communication center here. I'm going to try and see if I can get a little stool or a chair for this guy, and maybe possibly glue this to the wall so it stays like so. I just really dig how simplistic this is, but yet how detailed it is as well. It really is just a big coup for any G.I. Joe collector. So it's just so awesome. This is made of a nice pliable plastic, the entire plane, so it doesn't feel like the most expensive toy that you've ever bought, but it also doesn't feel like the most cheap toy you've ever bought. It also does have a working handle right here, so if it's too much weight for you, you don't have to lift it up from the bottom. You can just lift it up from the top, and if you want to reimaginate or imagine any type of scenario where it's flying, you could use the handle, and it's much easier for you to go by. But for right now, we're going to stop taking a look at the AC-130 here. We're going to stop. One thing I want to let you guys know, these drop bombs are removable, and they work off the peg system right here that we're used to with G.I. Joe, so that's pretty cool. And it just pegs right back underneath like so. So no issues there. But we're going to stop looking at the AC-130 right now. We're going to head back inside. We're going to take a look at some of the accessories, and then we'll do an overall an overview at the end. Okay, and we're back with all the accessories out of the package and everything. I still had all the accessories in the package. I just wanted to get the plane done first. But here we are taking a look at all these accessories. Everything came in with this package with the AC-130, or the AB-115, excuse me. It does come with these larger style, or scaled weapons, I should say. All of these weapons are pretty much in 6-inch action figure scale. So if you're looking for... you know, if you're a G.I. Joe collector and you happen to be a Marvel Legends collector or a DC/UC collector, this might be the best of both worlds for you. But before we get to the weapons here, let's just get to the figures here. I mean, your typical True Heroes figures. They're a little bit, they run a little bit smaller than G.I. Joe, but we'll get to the size comparison in a second. Here we have a pilot. We have some sort of, looks like a commanding officer almost, or a co-pilot due to the helmet. And then we have this guy where he almost looks like a paratrooper. It also does come with this mask, which is one of the first accessories we're going to talk about. And almost looks like a gas mask. It just kind of fits over his head. And so it's a nice little touch that they decided to give us these. Some pretty, to note, some really good sculpting and detail on these figures. I really have to give it to them. I mean, even though that these guys will probably be used as battle fodder, and by battle fodder I just mean killed in KIAs. Here's a Falcon Gi Joe. This is, I don't know why I use this guy every time for my examples, but as you can see, they're a little bit... They look a little bit funky next to a G.I. Joe. Here they are standing next to each other, and Falcon's a little bit larger than this guy, but this guy's also a little bit disproportionate. His hands are a little bit too big for his body, and this, that, and the other thing. But that's just the way true heroes are. So there's that. But it does come with 3 figures, which is actually really nice. It does come with this sniper rifle right here, which is pretty good looking for a 6-inch action figure. It comes with a FAMAS with a bayonet on it, so that's pretty cool. It does come with 2 knives, which are sculpted pretty much exactly the same. Comes with a service shovel. Looks like another machine gun. I think this is a MP5. And then we have an Uzi. 2 of them actually. You get 2 of those. A shotgun. Another pump action shotgun. A SCAR. And then we have a bunch of different sidearms here. We have a 6-shooter right here. Looks to be a little bit futuristic. We have a very small sidearm right here. Then we have what looks to be like a SOCOM style 45. You actually get 2 of those, so that's to note. And then you have this larger, looks like almost like a old Colt with a scope on it. And then you have 2 different sets of grenades. You also have binoculars. As far as grenades though, these look more like smoke grenades or maybe flashbangs, and you have your regular frag grenades right there. But it does come with a pair of binoculars, which is also in 6-inch scale, which is beautiful. And then you have your phone right here. So, yeah, really good accessory pack right here. For 6-inch scale figures, it does come with 2 backpacks, which also have plugs or pegs sticking out of the back. Maybe these could fit with 1/18 scale. They could probably fit with 1/12 scale as well. But let me pause real quick and I'll get to my quick overview. Okay, and we're back, and this is my my final thoughts on the AC-130. I love this thing. It's fantastic, and I mean, it really comes down to, do you have the room? Because it is a rather large action figure. Actually, here, let me just show you next to a 6-inch action figure what it looks like. So it is rather large. You have to take that into effect, but I would definitely give this thing 2 thumbs up. If I could give it 2 thumbs up, I'm holding the camera so I can't give it 2, but there's 2 thumbs up. And yeah, I would definitely recommend getting this True Heroes AB-115, also known as the AC-130. But that's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.